Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my latest episode of my weekly watch roundup, where I have a quick run over of the films and TV that I have been watching over the past week. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, yeah, so films and TV. 4 films, 5 TV things. I'll do films first and get them out of the way. Then you can jump off if you're not interested in the TV stuff, however you want to do it. But either way, hit the subscribe button, come join the channel. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you've been watching. Let me know if you've watched any of this stuff that I have watched. And let me know, yeah, whatever you want to discuss. So, I said film first, didn't I? So I started the week with The Predator. Yeah, obviously last week I did watch Predator 2 and Predators, then Prey obviously, and I finished up this week with The Predator, the ill-conceived 4th film in the franchise. I've always said this, it's a film that I can watch and enjoy, but it's a bad film. It doesn't bore me, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't find it to be a boring film, but it's a bad film. It's a bad Predator film. The Predators talking to one another with subtitles. The Predator putting the arm through the truck with the thumbs up. The Predator giving hand signals to drop your weapons. It's just all that stuff just doesn't feel like the Predator to me. And then a stupid 11-foot one. You know, we're going into the realms of, let's create a bigger Predator that's 11 foot tall. That's just rubbish. And the end of the film, where with that stupid human-sized pod and out comes an armband that turns a geezer into like Iron Man Predator and this sort of thing. And I did do a video actually saying how great would it have been if that end scene, that pod had opened, and no, it wasn't Dutch Arnie, it wasn't Ripley like they had plans for and stupidness like that. Royce from Predators. Royce from Predator, you know, he's stuck up there on an alien planet. He got left behind on an alien planet. How great would it have been for that end to have, that thing to have opened, him being there? Because he's lived out his days amongst predators. He's lived out, he's learnt to adapt and survive amongst them. Maybe someone's taken him into his clan and he's in there to come down and help against the predators. It would have opened up a wealth of idea, but at the same time answered some questions. It just wouldn't have been good. It would have been good. Next up was Elvis. Yes, I watched Elvis. Again, a very good film. My missus wanted to watch it this time round. I adore the film. I think it's superb. What more can I say about it? That's it. That's all I can say. It's a fantastic film. And then I watched Ghost Rider. Yes, 2007 Nicolas Cage movie. Well, I'm not going to talk about that here because Wednesday, my review for that is coming up. My comic book movies retro review series, new episode 12 on Wednesday, every 2 weeks this is. And this week I'm looking at the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movie. And I'm going to look into the origins of the character and all that sort of stuff. It's a very interesting video if you like Ghost Rider and Marvel Comics. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to subscribe and, yeah, hit notification bells. You'll know when that comes up. Now, I know I said 4 films, but I've actually got Ghost Rider listed there twice. I only watched it once. Obviously a mistake on my part. So that is it for the film. So now let's delve into the world of TV. Okay, so what have I been watching this week? Okay, so Harley Quinn. Another episode of Harley Quinn. This saw Harley and Poison Ivy trying to track down their friend. I forget his name. The plant monster thing. And it takes them to the swamps. And they go with Mr. Freeze's wife. Nora Freeze. Who's left Mr. Freeze. And she's having a little bit of a party, jolly up sort of thing. And they meet up with Swamp Thing. Yeah, they meet up with Swamp Thing, and he's just so superb. When you first see Swamp Thing, it's just fantastic. It's so funny. You know, what they do with him is just, you know, you expect him to be this horrible, angry thing, and he's not. But he does get angry at some point. You know, it's a fantastic series. I love what they do with this series. I love the way that they can poke the fun that they do at the DC characters, at Batman, at Catwoman, how they do. It's just, it's like spot on, you know, sort of caricature funny type of a thing, taking their characteristics and just ramping them for the worst in many a way, and it's just great. Then I had What We Do in the Shadows, latest episode of What We Do in the Shadows, the Taika Waititi film, the series based upon his film. Again, a strong episode, very funny. This is one program I could highly recommend to anyone to watch. You know, a camera crew following around vampires in their day-to-day life is just really good. And this one revolved around the wedding of one of the primary characters. And yeah, just a whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. Then we have Married with Children. Yeah, I'm watching through my DVDs of Married with Children. I've got the complete series, the American sitcom. I think I'm nearing the end of season 5. Program that just cannot be made today, because Al Bundy is such a chauvinistic pig of a man that you can't but as a man worship him, and a lot of what he does is so true. You see yourself in this geezer as a man. You see yourself in him, and the constant put downs he has to overweight women and all this sort of stuff. It's just fantastic. It's just funny, and the likes of which you just won't get anymore ever in this woke world in which we live. But there we go. And speaking of woke, Resident Alien. Yeah, the latest episode of Resident Alien. Now, I say speaking of woke because the last half of a season, this is season 2, second half, felt very sort of wokish, and it was going that way, very agenda-driven, very female-orientated, and all this sort of thing. But luckily, that sort of stuff has been dropped for this episode at least. So that's a good sign, a positive sign. And again, you know, Alan Tudyk just knocks his character out of the park. Character of Harry, the alien, living on Earth amongst people, trying to blend in his small American town, and his relationship with everyone else, this small group of people in this town. It's just great stuff. And in this episode, we see him trying to cover up the murder of this fella, because the girl has shot the girl that he likes, the primary female within the program, has shot a geezer that was about to shoot Harry and killed him, and they have to cover up. And as the town's doctor, Harry wants to do the autopsy and all this sort of stuff to help keep it covered up. And the next thing I watched, and a surprise to me that it was on, because I had no idea. I knew it was coming. I didn't realise it was here, and that was Tales of the Walking Dead, a new 6-part anthology series set within the Walking Dead universe. And I saw 2 episodes, both of which I have reviewed. First episode starred Terry Crews and Olivia Munn. She was obviously in The Predator that we spoke about a little while ago. And it's these 2 characters that go on a road trip across, you know, trying to get to somewhere in America, not trusting one another during the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, it was very good. And the second episode, and this is the weirdest Walking Dead episode I've ever watched, because it's The Walking Dead does Groundhog Day. Seriously, you got these 2 characters that keep living the same day, same events within the same day over and over again. And for The Walking Dead to give us a show or a story that does that, it's just so far removed from what The Walking Dead is that I was glued to it, because I couldn't believe that The Walking Dead was giving us Groundhog Day. I'm not really enamoured by Groundhog Day storytelling, because I struggle with it, because I feel that the story is going nowhere, because it's just a repetitive nature of the storytelling, and the visuals always the same, so to speak, and it's just trudging along. But here it was like, how's The Walking Dead? It was that intrigue of how The Walking Dead going to explain this away. And they try to, but it pretty much fails. So I'm not saying it's a bad episode. I'm saying it was a decent enough, enjoyable episode, but not for The Walking Dead. As a Walking Dead episode goes, it's bad. As just an episode of a TV show, it's pretty good, if that makes sense. It's not a fit for The Walking Dead. And why they decided to do a story like this, just don't understand. And this episode starred Parker Posey, who was last seen in Lost in Space, the TV series, as Dr. Smith, and she was in Superman Returns. That's going back a bit, but she was in Superman Returns as well. So that's it. That's the programmes that I've been watching. So, yeah, let me know what you've been watching. Let me know if you've seen any of this stuff, what you think of it. And am I missing out anything good that's on at the moment on TV? Let me know. This is AJ. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.